Hi all, this is Steve Murray, the market chartist on behalf of ForexFraud.com, and we're now going to take a look at both the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar, both versus the US currency in here versus the US dollar, and seeing a certainly more positive tone in here, a far more bullish theme for the Australian dollar, having already set a more bullish outlook in late February, reinforced in price action over the last week here going into early March, and then also to go take a look at the New Zealand dollar, not quite as bullish in here, still very much defined by a broader range environment, but certainly setting up for potential of a more bullish shift as we go through into the next week, into the middle of March. So starting off here with AUD USD, Aussie dollar US dollar, market pushing, surging higher. We pushed above to new recovery highs back here in late February, above the early February peak. But this surge higher, off of this trend line support that comes up from the middle of January last week, the market dipped down to challenge there and then rebounded from there very early March, right at the beginning of the month, and then a surge higher Wednesday through Friday last week, taking out 73.27, 73.85 resistances from December of last year. That creating and reinforcing a still stronger basing structure and really opening up a more bullish tone with threat to higher targets at 74.40, 74.99, maybe even up here towards 77.38, 78.49 into March. Taking a look at the New Zealand dollar now, not quite as bullish an outlook in here. The market caught within a narrow range theme for much of February, but just breaking out from the top of that range going into early March on Friday above 67.75, and that leaves real threat now within what we still see as a ranged environment defined by 68.79 and 64.18, but real threat now for a push above 68.79, signaling a more bullish shift, and then that would open up far higher targets initially quickly through 68.97, but then higher targets up with a 70, 72 handle up here as we go through into March. This has been Steve Murray, the market chartist on behalf of ForexFraud.com, and I wish you a great trade.